Okay, it started. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, well, greetings, fans, evening. Welcome to our final of at least Season 5, to our final Game of Thrones live stream discussion. Once again, I'm joined with Kevin from Buried on Mars and Darren from the Gaming Pilgrimage. Gentlemen, how's it going tonight?
Super fantastic.
Pretty good, aside from the downer of the ending in the last season finale.
Yeah. Before we go on further, this is full of spoilers. Spoilers like Jon Snow is dead. Dun dun dun.
I don't think anyone needed us to spoil this episode because it seemed like all mainstream media just couldn't wait or contain itself to spoil this entire season within like 10 hours, you know? Like, you woke up the next morning and all the websites and everything all had, like, is so-and-so really dead?
Mm.
It was ridiculous.
They knew it was trendy.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
Good clickbait.
Were they just saying straight up, like, names and life statuses?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, and then marching away to get the confirmation that the actor is not going to be back the next season because it didn't look like, you know, it wasn't, you know, in Game of Thrones it's almost like you need to see someone's head completely chopped off before you know that, yes, they're definitely not coming back.
That's true. Actually, I was just reading on Wikipedia. It says right at the end that the actor, he confirms it.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Unless he's lying, they're all liars. But we should save that talk for when we talk about that moment.
Yeah. Kit Harington confirmed in an interview that Jon is indeed dead, etc., etc., etc. Alright, so yeah, Game of Thrones, episode 10, final episode of the 5th season of HBO's fantasy television series, Game of Thrones. Apparently it's called Mother's Mercy. Mother's Mercy. Is that, what is that in reference to? I guess there's a few mothers in this episode, isn't there?
Well, Cersei.
Oh, I think it's I was going to say it's Cersei's, her, what's the good word for it? Her, not trial, her, her...
Come up.
Oh. Her atonement?
Yes, her atonement, that's a good word for it.
Bring out your bells, boys. Shame, ding, ding, shame. I enjoyed the shame tweets that people were putting out. That was pretty fun.
You know how disappointed I am that Richard does not watch Game of Thrones. I so much want to add that sound to Retro Fandango. Every time someone does pinball, I just want to clang, but I can't do it because the reference would be totally lost on him.
I think it's worthwhile either way.
Yeah.
It can become a new thing in and of itself.
Yeah.
Might as well. Like that time you had the that diarrhea song. Where did that song even come from?
Diarrhea.
Remember, one of you had in one of your episodes. This is in reference to the Retro Fandango podcast. That's pure audio. He had like 2 different like sound clips that he wanted you guys to try out.
Yeah, the bumpers. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all him, man. That was from the bowels of Rambox. I don't know where he came up with all that.
He probably went to the Japanese underground to find those sound effects.
Probably.
Could have been.
Boop. Good stuff. All right. Well, let's start on with the plot here. In the north. Oh, yeah. Poor Stannis. He kind of got.
Poor Stannis. I'm sorry. What?
Poor Stannis.
Don't say poor Stannis. Fuck Stannis. Stannis got his just desserts.
Speaking of
Did he, though?
dessert,
Well,
I mean,
partially.
Yeah. It's still up in the air on exactly what happened with him. I guess we know what happened to his family and his crew. And
Anyone
Well, he got-
and everyone he's ever cared about, really.
he got a
Yeah.
bit short-changed, you would say.
yeah.
The fire god-born miracles didn't quite happen the way he, or at all, really. No, he got fucked
Well,
over.
technically it did because the snow melted, but Stannis didn't take into account that burning your child in front of your entire army isn't good for morale, which I kind of thought of last week, or it's 2 weeks now when episode 9 came out, or episode 8, I guess, because this season was only at 9 episodes, correct?
This is episode 10.
Okay, I'm
10th
just crazy.
episode of the show, yeah.
So in episode 9, when he burned his daughter in front of the entire army, I was just sitting there going, like, why would he do that in front of everyone? Why not, like, do it somewhere quiet?
Yeah, you got to make a big production of it. Our friend Dean from Round 2 Gaming has just replied to Kevin's tweet.
Oh, yeah.
He's curious about where exactly this is happening. I'm going to say it's happening right this second. It might be a bit too soon for him, but we'll see. We'll see what he says.
Well, he's
dogs.
Yes.
The hounds.
Oh my God! I'm gonna close the door. 1 sec.
All right. We can't see you. Remember.
He's still around.
Okay. All right. Remember, this is live, people. We're not. Actually, while he's doing that, I'm gonna open up the actual chat section. Yeah, I think the thing I tweeted out was actually. Oh, wait. Oh, there. Okay. The thing I tweeted out was the actual invitation to be on the show versus the actual link to it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna tweet out that link. Yeah.
Let's get those guys calling us filthy snitches again.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what they're saying.
Maybe they're caught up with Game of Thrones season 5.
Probably. Who isn't? Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he's probably looking for the
here.
link. Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Okay. Your dog's okay?
Can you still hear him?
Yeah.
Oh my God! This door is doing nothing. It's supposed to be soundproof.
Yeah, right.
Ugh. If you hear a sudden dog yelp, it's not because I kicked him.
Burn him
Dude,
out.
you got here. Boot him? Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Dean wants to play. I'm gonna... Wait, what? I have weird Skype. Skype is haunting me like the ghosts of the North. Okay, wait. Let me just... Remember, this is live. On Google Hangouts.
It's only better because it's live. Got a dog going nuts in the background. We're just
send you a
completely
link.
dropping the ball.
It's the motto of this episode. Remember, this is live.
Mm-hmm. Well, if the show has taught us anything, it's that things don't always go quite as you like them to go.
as Stannis did learn.
That's right.
Okay, I'm gonna invite round. Is there a space?
No
Okay,
spaces.
it says give me 5 minutes. Round 2. Oh, there you go. All right. Invite. Okay, so he said he might join us in 5 minutes or so. Am I too dark? Should I turn a light on? Is that cool?
No, it looks fine.
Spooky. Oh, crap. Okay. All right, let's get back to this. Well, like in the last episode, I was super excited to see exactly what they would get for the sacrifice from episode 9. Didn't get a whole lot of anything. Let's see. Their cell swords left. They were just like, nah, it's fine, you guys. You have your fun. His wife was hung.
Mm-hmm. Or actually, well, she hung herself, right?
Yes.
I think that was a suicide.
I don't understand why anyone else would hang her, because it from the way she was all distressed when seeing her daughter burn alive, as any rational mother should.
Yeah.
I think it's logical to say that she did herself it.
Yeah, she became a face at the last second. She looked the heel, but then that's wrestling terminology. I don't know. I guess was there like a chair underneath her?
She's got trees around her. She can jump.
Yeah.
I guess climbed a tree or on the branch and.
Well, he's got to throw the rope over the tree to get it tied. It's not that hard.
I don't know. We'll have to experiment
Once
on that.
the noose is there, you just got to hop in it.
That's not.
I mean, I'm no expert, but
apparently.
It's better to fall a little bit too, because then you can snap your neck and you'll go up quicker.
Well, that's no fun. You gotta have the whole like blue face.
When one's trying to kill themselves, they typically don't do it for fun.
Yeah.
Usually, efficiency is the way to win the day there.
Shame she didn't have some of that poison from Braavos.
Oh yeah.
But we'll get to that. Or Dorne, rather. I love these plot summaries. They're very useful for these sort of events. Okay, so yeah, Red God kind of let us down. Melisandre left. She's like, well, not looking so good, but you know, keep at it, and then she just leaves. Where are the guards? It's like, I don't know. People seem really trapped when they're in castles, but when they're like on the road, you can just wander off wherever, whenever, it seems.
I don't think anyone would question where she was going though, because she was Stannis' his right hand woman or red-handed woman. She was basically like his hand for. She's his left hand. She was always there doing the planning. She has a very high, prestigious position. She's like the religious leader of their entire army and/or kingdom, if you can call it that, of where Stannis rules. So I think no one would really bother to ask her where she's going. They'd think she's doing something legit.
I think she just took off in all the chaos, like when stuff was going down and it wasn't looking good. And he bailed. And I'm pretty sure a lot of his army was bailing too, right? Because when you
half
saw
the army was gone, yeah.
Well, even while it was happening, like while the Boltons were coming in, you saw like there was a good portion that was going towards them, but there was also others that were running away right away. So.
Oh, Melisandre left way before that.
Yeah. But I mean, even in the back. Oh, you mean the redhead? She left before that?
She left way before. Is when he went to go see his wife. They all heard her run away on a horse, and then someone yelled at him, and then he's like, "Oh crap!"
Yeah, that's right. No, because he's like, "Well, this news can't be any worse than this," and then he's like, "Well, that was a cute little scene." So I say we were joined by Start to Continue in our chat, who says that she was on the horse. The horse takes off, and she swings.
I might have been reading a tweet when that happened, so I apologize.
Damn it, Kevin! You're busy reading a Star Trek tweet or something.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, somebody was probably tweeting me how bad Deep Space Nine is.
Anyway, Stannis' army got utterly and completely destroyed.
Oh man, that was brutal. They didn't go too well for them. No. Let's see. So they're heading towards Winterfell. It didn't go too well. Marching along, troops all over the place. So let's give it a shot. It didn't go too well. So we got Brienne. She's been watching that balcony the entire time.
Who she turned her?
Yeah, maybe I'll just turn around for once and then candles up. It's like,
pretty much.
She's still alive though. I guess that's something. Was there like a scene between the start of the fight and after? Because we get to the thing, it's like everyone's charging toward each other, and then it's after the fight, basically. Right?
Yeah, after the fight, we see Stannis kill two guys that are trying to kill him, and then he's there bleeding out, and Brienne shows up and demands if he used some sort of black magic to kill Renly, and he admits to it, and then she says, "Oh, I'll take your life," and she swings her sword, it cuts to black. But, as Kevin kind of alluded to earlier, we don't believe anything until we see a head on a spike or we see the body burn.
Well, too, she swung her sword, but it sounded like as if something attacked her from the back.
I thought maybe she hit like the tree or something and then said that then your life is mine. That would be what I imagined the next season we'd see. We'd see her going like, okay, you owe me your life. Now you walk with me, and you have to say to everyone that you admit to doing black magic to kill Renly, because no one believes her about that.
Right? Yeah.
That's my thoughts on it, but I could be wrong.
Hey, you never know, right? It's very typical season finale where it's like we're wrapping things up, but in a weird way, so that anything could have happened, and you'll have to wait until next season.
For all we know, Stannis just has his head on the ground now, but we don't know.
Okay. Wait. Dean might be joining us. I'm in contact with Dean via the interwebs, via the Skype. How do I bring up this? Okay. I'm gonna send our super secret link to Dean that no one else has possibly found and has crashed the party.
No one without a Twitter account can find.
Right.
Such good security. That's like at least 1/3 of the internet.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if the writers intentionally leave that stuff open. You know, they don't know themselves.
They have to.
I mean, it gives them it's like the Telltale games. They're leaving themselves open to make the 3-prompt choice.
Yeah.
And they either have to press X to kill Stannis, press Y to save him, press B for a mysterious third option.
So that's where they're all going to be sitting in the writing room figuring out what to do.
Everyone, press the button that for the ending you want for Stannis. Whatever wins, we'll go with.
That'd be interesting. I could see them do that. I wonder how much time they have to write everything out. Is the book or the book series, are they still ahead of the show, or are they caught up to each other now?
I think the show's ahead of the book.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's where it gets tricky. They have to tread extra carefully.
Well, that's why they keep alluding to George R.R. Martin. He's giving them the ideas. He's giving them like what they should do next, kind of thing. And they're following his lead. But then I also hear that the total opposite is true. That they're actually coming up with stuff, and he's sick of people asking him about the show because he's saying it's out of his hands. So I don't know.
I think he gave him the blueprint, and he's like, okay, here's what I'm planning. Best you stick with it, but do your own thing, but maybe cover this, this, and this.
Yeah.
Maybe outside of the meeting for like the writing meeting for the first meeting for writing for season 5, maybe he's not there for the rest of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Wait, looks, is that Dean? Dean from Round 2 Gaming? Dean, can you hear us? Over.
Are you there, Dean?
Dean, this is Snake. Come in, Dean.
Remember,
Wait, is he muted?
QC.
Dean, your mic might be muted. You have to press the top of your screen to unmute the mic.
Yeah, actually, I see a white
Yeah.
microphone crossed out. So
I didn't mute him. But let me open up the control room.
Sometimes it starts off muted by default.
Okay, I'm trying to unmute Dean.
I think he's unmuted. Dean, you
Yeah.
there? Dean?
Dean, plug your mic in.
Dean, blink twice if you can hear us.
This video format idea was flawless.
I think he's still on vacation. Dean, if it doesn't work, we would recommend shutting it down and starting it back up again. I know, it's like turn it off and back on again. That does actually work for Google Hangouts sometimes. We can eject him if we need to.
Muted his mic. Now it's unmuted. Now he's left.
Okay, yeah, he's left and he'll probably come back. Probably. All right. We're live. No editing.
All live, all conundrums.
Yeah. Okay. Chat's been quiet. Start to continue has left. He's got 2 kids. Okay. Oh yeah, Sansa. Okay, this is the fun part.
Wait,
So,
Dean, are you there? Dean.
Hey guys,
Oh,
Hey,
he's back.
Dean, you're here.
He is.
can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Yep.
we can hear you.
You sound
Awesome.
good, Dean. Sound good.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. Sorry about that, guys.
Google Hangouts is tricky at best, but we don't have to edit anything, so that's cool.
Sounds good.
Dean, do you
That's
have
what I
a
missed.
do you have a webcam at all?
I do not. No.
Jesus, you guys spend so much money on video games and you can't buy your $5 webcams.
That's exactly the problem. I just did the E3 2015 Amazon pre-order deal and looked at all the games I'm going to be buying for the next 6 months. I'm like, wow, that's like $230. Well, I guess I don't have money for a mic now.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Not mic, but yeah.
Yeah, you fucked it up. That's fun.
But I did save $89 on all my gaming pre-orders for the next 6 months. So
Now that deal, you have to buy them all outright. You said, right?
Amazon pre-orders are you have to pay in full.
Yeah. I already
But
spent
you're not
most of my
charged.
money.
If you pay with their credit card, you're not charged until the game ships.
That's cool.
So you can cancel up until then.
Right on. Is that still going?
No, I think it ended with E3, but it could be.
No, I think it's over now.
Yeah, it's over.
I heard it was hell over, but whatever. It's fine. Okay. So, Dean, we were discussing the final episode of Game of Thrones. I trust you're all caught up.
I am.
Okay, cool. We just finished discussing a bit of fun with Stannis' story. Any thoughts on the events there?
I liked Stannis as a character, so I thought it
Yeah, me
ended
too.
a little quickly. But it did black out before he got the final blow. So I
We
don't
were
know.
just saying, you never know with these season finales. They always like to leave things just a bit unsure. You never know. Something.
So you enjoy the wise decisions that Stannis has been making so far, like trusting this Red Lady and burning his daughter and.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's,
Yeah,
his character is pretty headstrong, and
he's career focused.
Yeah,
he is, and I think he just kind of got too far down that path. He couldn't see going back as an option, so he just felt the only way was to keep going, and after.
I don't know. When it comes to burning your daughter alive, I think at some point you're supposed to say, you know what, maybe this isn't the best route to go. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this because I'm a human being, and we don't do these kind of things. So.
Harvey Dent once said that you either die the hero or you live long enough to become the villain. And I think that phrase is very applicable to Stannis in many ways. Not necessarily an outright villain, but to the point where many could view him as such.
Did you find your view changed though after that? Like, did you?
I was Team Stannis for pretty much. I think in episode 8 I was all for Stannis. I was like, yeah, he's like the better than the Boltons, right? And then when I saw that, I was like, okay, maybe not.
Yeah.
Especially if he won and he somehow got the Iron Throne, and then he introduced his religion of the Red God as the main religion of Westeros. I think that would have gone terribly.
Right.
It's not a fun religion.
I think it's how, like you said a couple episodes ago, maybe last episode, whatever, that he was the lesser of two evils, and really, I mean, he was a vomit too. They were both vomits. Both were vomits, and Stannis is a vomit too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something to do with being bastards. If you're a bastard, you're just a in Game of Thrones universe.
They're just being mean.
There's no good bastards. I mean, Jon Snow was supposed to be good. I guess he was, but
technically, all dwarves are bastards in the eyes of their fathers. So I guess Tyrion might count.
Okay, I'll give you Tyrion. Cause...
Rocking the quotes. Loving it. Loving it. Okay, so yeah, and then so Brienne, she just turned the other way and was like, let's see this battle out, see what's happening down here. I guess she just
fight. I don't blame her for not getting into that.
She's still, I guess you could say, a free agent, yeah? She's not really associated with anyone. She figured Sansa is the closest she could get to her mother, whom she was last, more or less, associated with. So it's like, yeah, I guess I'll help you. Is that kind of how it went?
Well, it's her oath thing, right? Whoever she latches onto, it's like, okay, this is my oath. This is my team, Right. So she doesn't stray away from that.
Yeah. I mean, what else are you going to do? No one's hiring her. She's got kind of a bad reputation of people dying when she's trying to save them.
Well, so far she's 2 for 2 for people she swears an oath to for dying. So
right. Darn ghost. At least she confirmed via Stannis' confession that it was indeed a vagina wraith that killed. What's his name?
I don't know if you've ever played the Witcher
Renly.
games. There's different types of race. I feel like that should be a type.
Mm-hmm. Women, man, full of evil. Okay. Winterfell, this is good stuff. So, Sansa, she escapes via the... What was that, like a bottle cork opener?
Yeah, corkscrew.
Yeah, there you go. So she uses a corkscrew blow on the lock to her door. Yeah, and just kind of just walking by, and she gets to the tower, puts the candle up. Brienne's already left, so that is kind of going nowhere. Man, Brienne got screwed this whole season. And then she leaves, and then what is it? Who does she come across? What's that girl's name?
I know you're looking to me for a save, but I'm drawing a blank.
That's Miranda. As Sansa returns to her room, she's caught by Miranda, played by Charlotte Hope, who threatens to mutilate Sansa. Theon intervenes.
This is the moment I tweeted to you and I said you were right, because the entire time we've been doing these live streams, no, Theon's the true hero of Westeros, and that was the moment when he actually did something heroic by throwing a near defenseless woman over top a wall.
That was pretty cool. She had her crossbow thing. She's like, I'm just gonna take out a layer on armor or something. What a bitch. She hated Sansa the whole time, but come on. I don't know. I feel like that would either way would be a bad move because what's his name? Bolton.
Ramsay.
Ramsey, there you go. So that's why I'm writing these names down as we go along. I feel like Ramsey would not have liked that regardless.
There will be a pop quiz later.
Ramsey. Because, I mean, assuming he feels that she's like his property or something, even if one property attacks the other property, he's still not going to like it either way. But it's hard to say with those characters. They're, a bit unpredictable.
Their moral compass is a bit skewed, we might say.
Yeah, you don't know exactly what they'll do next. I like how Ramsey was in that one scene, and he's in the fight. He's just like after everything, people are just kind of like dead or crawling away. Like, no, you're not crawling away. Stab. Cute scene. Pushes Miranda off the castle, and she dies. Probably. I'm pretty sure she's dead.
Yeah, that was flat. That's a definite death.
Okay, that one we can I think be pretty sure about. And then, we're kind of in trouble now. Extra trouble. So let's jump off the side of the castle. Ooh. Anyone think of Assassin's Creed when that happened?
Assassin's Creed? No, I thought of Thelma and Louise.
Oh.
That was
Like either there's like rocks under that snow, or there's like a big bale of hay.
There's got to be a lot of snow. There's got to be a lot of snow there.
I figured they would slide down the rock face, but they kind of just jumped right out.
Yeah, no, that's a steep dive down that castle wall before you get to the slope. So.
Well, once again, it's classic. You'll have to wait and see what happened in the next season. Kind of moments. Here's alright. Thoughts on the Dean?
No, I think I've seen it more this season, and I don't want to bad talk Game of Thrones here, but I really hate those parts in movies, or where the bomb's being defused and it's always at that last second, the 1 second type thing. And I found that's been happening a lot in this season, where, like you were just saying with Brienne, she was looking at this tower for days, and then a couple seconds go by, and she turns around to go see what's going on down the road, and at that moment the candle lights. And,
oh, I know.
I didn't care for that part, and I kind of fell out of love with Sansa and Theon altogether. So I'm not too impressed with their story anyway.
You're sounding like Kathy Bates in Misery. That was her problem too. She didn't like cliffhangers like that.
Oh, really?
That's why she captured James Caan, because that was her favorite writer, and he pulled one of those in his books, and she didn't like it.
I don't blame her.
It's a dark movie.
It is.
Which movie?
Misery. You ever see it?
No.
Make yourself see that. That's an excellent movie.
Okay.
James Caan, great stuff.
I wrote it on the official page book thingy.
Awesome.
It'll also be on the quiz.
Another thought I has that we don't even know for certain. I'll start to continue with something. Was there something in the very early episodes where they mentioned the kids knew Winterfell? So, they were always climbing the walls and jumping. So she does know the castle quite well. So.
Yeah.
I think this might be one of the cases of, because I think that could play into effect, but I think it's more of, oh shit, they're here now, we need to go. Because otherwise, if it turns out that's a specific wall that has a safe wall that she knew about in advance, that's kind of pretty convenient that she was held up at it. But if it was not the case, and it's just, it's a random wall, we need to go right now, because if she knew of a wall like that, I think it'd make more sense as a writer to say, Theon, this wall here, we can jump down it, it's safe.
We don't know for certain that Reek wants her to escape. He might just be keeping her safe from Ramsay's immediate rage, and then he'll bring her back. You never know.
I don't think you make that plunge unless you know that there's some sort of way out of it.
I think it's more of a case of, do I stick around for Ramsay to come back and find out I killed one of his favorite toys?
That's a good one.
And she was also so determined at that point that she said, I don't care if this kills me, when Miranda originally held her up.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think it's more of just circumstantial, we need to get out of here right now, let's jump off the cliff.
Why not just, take a sword and, I'm going to fight you now, Ramsay? I'm sure there must have had endless opportunities. Mark my words. If and when Ramsay dies, that's when we find out that Sansa is pregnant with his child.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, we'll mark that one down if it happens. You can say you called it.
Yeah.
Predictions. Yeah. I think Ramsay plays a part in the Telltale game as well.
Yes, he does.
Cool. I want to play that.
He's like the main villain of the game so far.
It was announced that was going to be coming out. I just happen to have it here for the PlayStation Vita, the Game of Thrones Telltale, so I'll definitely be looking at that. Hopefully there's a physical copy, not unlike this one over here. You probably can't see it, but I don't want to move it over. Move Vita! So, I guess that about does it for the North. Anyone have any final thoughts on that one?
You figure there's any redemption for Theon at this point with the viewers?
I love
Like,
Theon.
Yeah?
He's like one of my favorite characters.
Really?
I think a lot of people
can
now
relate to
pity
him.
him with all the torture porn he went through.
Yeah.
And then now he's like, maybe this could be a turning point for him to start becoming, for more character development. I think there might be something that could possibly redeem him. Because remember, like back in like season 1 and 2, Jaime Lannister was like the worst. Everyone hated him. He's the guy that killed all of Ned's men. He captured Ned. He pushed off Bran, and then now he's like one of the favorites.
Episode 1 spoiler alert.
Yeah, well, and the Theon's punishment didn't fit his crime. I mean, he killed little kids, but he didn't kill the Stark little kids. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess there is some coming back from that.
Yeah. Well, it's fun to see how he was. He was pretty high up, and then he betrayed the Starks to try and get back in with the Greyjoy family. And where did they go? They kind of just vanished, didn't they?
They're just on an island. Doesn't matter.
They're much like Bran in this season that they're not there. They'll probably be back, but not this season.
Yeah, they tried to bust him out already, right? And the sister gave up on him, right? Said,
Yeah,
I'm
that
not.
was awkward.
Yeah, they do have a big part in the books, so I figure it's going to be coming in the next season.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps that's where they're headed now, then, assuming they survived their jump into the snow. I'm sure they did. I don't worry for those characters dying from a fall. I kind of thought one of them would kill Ramsay, though, via sword or hitting him in the head with a candelabra or something.
He's the villain du jour right now, so they need that.
I was gonna say they need him. He's like the most universally hated character on the show. They need him for at least a little bit more.
Yeah.
I love that character too. I love all of the wacky adventures in Winterfell. Fun characters. Okay, let's move on to King's Landing. Is that what's next? Is it? No, that was like at the very end. This wiki makes no sense.
Wasn't it Arya was the next story?
Braavos? Okay, let's go there.
That's what I thought it was anyway.
We'll just move the big jigsaw puzzle map over. Braavos, sure, let's go there. So Arya and her wacky adventures with the House of Black and White. I don't like this Arya. I don't. This is a character in storyline I really don't care for it, to be honest.
Ooh.
Her tale of revenge. Oh, I've been memorizing all these names. Oh, I was with the Hound, but then he got beat up, so now I don't like him anymore. He was on the list, but I didn't want to kill him this time, so I let him go, and he's probably gonna come back. Now
I say boo on you times 1,000. You like Ramsay, you don't like Arya. God damn it, Steve.
Mm-hmm. These are
probably one of those guys that like Joffrey too.
Oh, please tell me no.
No, his head is too weird. he really had that inbred look.
That was the only reason his head was weird.
Pretty much. He was starting to come into his own once he became king, and he had that auto crossbow. That was sick. And he was shooting a horse for sport. Sign me up. This is TV.
Arya rocks. She's awesome. I mean, this little girl succeeding in this crazy world where the biggest men fall. I'm all for it. I'm right there.
She's definitely the most successful Stark left.
Yeah, definitely.
We're forgetting about Rickon Stark, who's like in the middle of nowhere right now. He's probably the most successful because we don't know what's happened with him.
Could be. He could be running a good business somewhere, for all we know, buying up real estate.
The most successful 13-year-old in Westeros, or however old he is.
He could be a hashtag cock merchant. The dream job of Westeros. Speaking of jobs, Dean, you never got back to me about that thing we were talking about. You said
we gotta talk about that too.
You said be on Sunday, so I was on Sunday, and then I was like, wait, there's 24 hours in a Sunday, and you weren't there. Anyways, that's another story for another time. Okay, so Arya. Oh yeah, so she puts on one of those random dead people faces, and she gets whipped a couple times by that guy, and then she's like, "Yeah, this ain't nothing. I've been whipped for months already."
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Well, that was her trick to get the other two girls out of the room. Right?
Seemed unnecessary, even if they witnessed it. I mean, who cares?
Well, then they would know that Arya Stark was alive because she made that big proclamation as she was stabbing that dude.
Well, there's no doors in this brothel. Anyone could have been like around the corner hearing that.
I think considering what's his name, Sir Meriden, the knight she was after.
Sir Meryn Trent.
Yes,
Nice.
Sir Meryn Trent. That's it. Thank you, Dean. Yes, I think with him and his preferences, they would put him in a isolated area because no one would want to hear that.
He probably paid extra too to be left alone, no matter what other people heard.
I'd agree with that as well.
Right. You paid for the whole floor.
Yeah.
I hear you. Right. I figure that's how Dean traveled on his recent vacation. I don't want anyone in these pictures I'm taking for Facebook. Shut it down. Closes Old Town down. Nice. Okay, so she takes off her mask. Surprise, it's me! Arya. He's like, who the fuck are you? He's like, stab, oh my eyes. Then a sword stab to the chest, and then like a throat stab. Man, there's a lot of stabbing. Oh. Could you have found a shorter stabby knife?
She wanted him to suffer, so that's the way to do it.
I'd say mission accomplished. And if that was what she wanted to do, she succeeded, and she cleared that first name off her list.
Yeah. He's the ultimate collector.
Well, she got her name off her list, her mental list, and she comes back home to the giant bank-like building, and she puts the face back on the wall. But no, you shouldn't have done that. What's his name is there, and then the girl's there, and we're like, oh, we don't like that you did this, even though we obviously knew you were going to do it from the start. And it's like, it's time to drink this poison. Oh, and he drinks it himself. It's like, no, he was my friend. And then she turns around and he's like, who is your friend? It's like, oh god, it's you again.
I feel like you should just have a YouTube series of you recapping every episode like this.
What do you think this is? Yeah.
I'm just talking exclusively that.
I
would have like dramatic
outfits.
music play and everything. I think that'd be good.
There's something there. I like it. If you're up here, then who's driving the bus? Okay, I'm sorry, but obviously there's magic behind these faces. I get it. I mean, come on, they're changing their body shape and size and the height, and come on. Anyway, she pulls a bunch of faces off because it's like crazy Twilight Zone-y episode, and then, oh my god, it's my own face. Am I the one who's poisoned? I don't know. And now I'm blind. What? End scene.
Yeah, so what's going on with that? Is she going to be blind now? That's the...
I hope not.
Yeah, that's going to be weird story time if she's
Unless
blind.
she can become like a badass blind assassin, I'm not really down for that.
Oh.
She's the next Daredevil. Who knows?
Oh.
If that's part of it, and it's like, oh, we had to sacrifice your sight to give you the ultimate senses, then sure. But if it's just a thing where, oh, you're blind now, you can't do your revenge plot, haha. I'd be disappointed with that outcome.
That might make her character a bit more interesting.
But maybe that was
my god.
for killing the wrong guy, for not doing the job correctly.
Yeah, but she had her job given to her and she didn't do it. You don't fuck with the Assassin's Guilds, especially the ones you don't even understand to begin with. Like, just give the guy the little poison thing in the clam and that's it. And then, oh, I gotta follow this guy, figure out what he's doing because blah blah blah, revenge, blah blah blah. Hashtag Arya revenge. I predict she'll be just fine, but it's like a temporary thing, and then they'll just make her do like more labor as she thinks about what she's done. Oh, I shouldn't have crossed these people and borrowed the face.
I think this is part of the plan for what they envision for her training, and it's just going to be more of her training. I think they'll solve the blindness thing or clear it up to the point where it's like you might be blind but you're still training, or you have your sight back but don't do it again. But I don't think they're going to really go, oh, we're punishing you for killing that guy. I think it's going to be more of, no, now become a better assassin and actually kill the people we tell you to.
Yeah, I agree.
It's very strict place. It's like a boot camp, basically. So you got to keep your soldiers in line, especially if they're going to go running around borrowing our masks for random hijinks. This is a professional bank-like building. We can't have this. Rules have to be set.
Maybe she'll prove herself. She'll be so good that they'll have to give her sight back.
Oh, there you go. You have to wash more corpses.
Yeah.
After 1,000 sponge-bathed corpses, then you can see again. So who actually did drink the poison? Was it that other girl?
It was nobody.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe
that's how it rolls. It was nobody. It doesn't matter.
I don't know. Yeah, it was nobody. I see what he's doing there because that's their whole thing. Yeah. How about Dean? Thoughts on the matter?
I really like Arya's story. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope it's just temporary. I don't know if I'd want to see her go blind for the whole rest of the show.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how have these guys not conquered Westeros already, conquered the world, if they have that ability to just kind of change shape, change face, change everything.
They're not invincible. You'll remember when she first met Jacqueline, or whatever his name is, he was in that cage.
Yeah.
So they caught him. And he's like the big dude. He's always the one standing around with his cloak.
Is he the big dude? Is he?
He's one of the big.
Or is a man the big dude?
Who?
Or is it nobody?
Dun, dun, dun. Maybe I'm the big dude. Maybe you're the big dude.
That's the plot twist.
Everyone's the big dude. Awesome. Everybody wins when you watch the Game of Thrones.
Besides, it didn't really seem like world domination was on their checklist. They seem to be happy being assassins. And
I think the problem is we don't know enough about the Faceless God and what actually they're being told to do, if they're being told to do anything. Yeah. We really don't know enough about their religion, quote-unquote, or their system. We don't really know enough about it to know if that's what their modus operandi is.
Yeah.
I figure they're just assassins for hire. They're just a local ninja dojo in town, and if you need something done and you got the cash, give these guys a ring. Okay, I'm good with that. I don't understand why King's Landing is second in this list. It doesn't make sense, because I'm pretty sure that's how it ends. That's a good part.
I think Daenerys was next.
Okay.
I'm just going off what I remember. I don't know if this is correct or not.
It ends at Winterfell. Or, sorry, at
the wall.
Let's go to Dorne. That was pretty quick.
Oh, yeah, this is probably right.
Alright, cute little scene. As soon as she kissed her, you had to have thought, now you're dead.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Like, why would you put up the situation? She literally tried to kill this girl in broad daylight. She says sorry, and you just go, okay, it's fine. Kiss her on the lips, yeah. Because the poison's based in Dorne. Don't they know how it works?
Couldn't Bronn have at least warned them? It's like, oh, these people are full of poison all over. What does Bronn sound like? I don't know if I have a good Bronn voice. Oh, it's like a sort of a kind of a Cockney, but a sort of a Scottish Cockney. I have to work on that. Marcella, who the hell is that? That is
daughter.
That's the daughter.
Yeah. It all wrapped up. It's like, oh, I was your father all along, but I'm so glad it was you, and now I'm dead. And yeah, we all saw that coming a mile away. Bronn didn't warn anyone because whatever. That one chick was all like, you'll be back for this. All of that. That was cute. Bites his ear and all that. That girl is she's a feisty one. Tristane, that's the prince, right?
Tristane, yeah, it's the prince.
Yep.
So when the next episode starts up, that boat, whoop,
It's gonna turn right around. Isn't it?
yeah. Like, what was your plan?
I don't know. I don't like the women of Dorne. I don't like their whole subplot. I think it was really dumb, especially because their huge ultimate plan in the beginning was just to kill her in broad daylight. And I was like, why wouldn't you just do the kiss on the cheek? Why would you do the poison thing first?
Right, yeah. They obviously had that. That's what they did to
Were they
Braavos,
were they going to do like a ransom thing, or is that?
No, they're just planning straight up murdering her.
That's the easy thing to do. Well, apparently not. Apparently so, though, because man, that woman is all neck. What is going on with that woman's neck? That is intense. She's like Bayonetta. Ooh.
The short haircut's not helping her too.
Mm-hmm. She has got the exotic foreign look down to a T. Was this the one when the sisters were like playing their little slap fight?
That was the last episode.
That was cute.
Yeah,
Like,
that was awesome.
fist fight at the end. Like, oh, you bitch. I'm gonna knock you out. Those girls grew up on the streets. Or are they rich? I don't know. I feel like they're orphans.
They're all related to Oberyn in some way.
Mm.
So I believe they would be slightly royalty. So I'm sure they got the money.
From their Dorne orgies. It's a very
Probably.
fun place. Okay, that's about it. So she kissed then, she dies, and oh no, you knew. And yeah, drink of the little necklace stuff. Didn't they already use up the necklace stuff, or did they have time to get more poison and more antidote?
Well, we don't know how many days passed in between, so I'll just assume they had more poison.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. That was all wrapped up. I was like, oh, poor Jamie. We finally had a little moment, and then they took it.
Wah wah.
How about Dean? Thoughts on the Dorne?
Yeah, I kind of knew it was going to happen as soon as she kissed her. And I figure this will change Jamie, though. I think Jamie's character is, like you said, kind of flipped toward more of a good side, and I think this is going to be the breaking point for him.
Yeah, that sucks. His whole season was ruined. Just like with Brienne's characters. Oh man, I tell you what. Okay, across the narrow sea. Oh, okay, this will be fun. So where'd Daenerys go?
Where in the world is I'm going to try that again. Where in the world is Daenerys Targaryen?
Where in the world is Daenerys Targaryen? It works. I like that. I miss that show. Why do kids learn things on TV anymore?
No.
Remember where in the world's Carmen Sandiego? They had that big map on the ground you have to run around?
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yeah.
cool. That was good stuff. Kids, they're so screwed these days.
There's no more wholesome television anymore for our children.
Speaking of Star Trek, for whatever reason...
That's a bull.
You know I have to bring it up. For whatever reason, our local Czech news or Czech channel, they were showing like Star Trek, original Star Trek. On just regular TV. I don't know why. I was like, oh, this is cool. As soon as I turned
What a waste of live air.
As soon as I turned the channel, I was like, oh, now this is TV. We'll get cozy. Let's just watch some good old TV. That feeling is gone. It took original Star Trek to remind me of it. Oh man, it was the one with like the super tanned people who were like worshiping a computer thing as a god. Remember that one, Kevin?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, man, good stuff. TV's either too intense now or it's just not worth watching. I guess this falls into the too intense category.
It is pretty intense. I know people that won't watch it because it's too intense.
I guess everyone just always feels that need to one-up themselves, or the competition always got to make it harder core. Anyways, so where's Daenerys? We don't get to find out what happened with that fight. I guess things just kind of petered out once Daenerys left on the dragon.
I guess once she took off with the only lines of defense, everything worked out a-okay.
Mm-hmm.
So our last live stream, we're all like, yeah, they're all just still there, surrounded by like 40 dudes. Mm-hmm. Maybe off screen, the Unsullied actually won a fight for once. Maybe.
I guess so.
Well, you saw her briefly, right? Pulling arrows out of the dragon there.
Yeah, well, they were fighting
And,
the dragon. I mean, they could have taken it out if it.
No, but I think in the last episode you saw just a brief couple scenes with her.
I think I own Fallout New Vegas on the PS3.
What?
Huh.
That's a bit of a left turn.
Yeah, no, it's a right turn. that's a right. Oh shit.
I think I go
Friends of the CatMax Gaming Zaibatsu, please look forward to the next episode of the CatMax Hypecast, which will be recorded tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, with our guest Sean, aka P1 from the Cartridge Brothers. That's right, the Hypecast Betrayer on the Hypecast, where we are going to rip him a new one, and our good friend Digital Palette from Twitch. So look forward to that.
Nice.
That should be up on our Podomatic site soon enough. And a reminder to everyone out there that listen to the Hypecast to listen to them ASAP, because I'm not paying money to have Podomatic, which means I only have 500 megs with which I can upload stuff, which means old episodes are taken away as new episodes arrive. Okay, back to the Narrow Sea. Now, how close is where she is to Dorne? They're close-ish, right?
Do we kind of jump the whole decision making that Tyrion's basically in charge of Marine now?
Well, no, that other woman is, isn't she? They left her in charge with Grey Worm.
No, Tyrion's still there. It's
Oh.
her informant and the other guy who got the actor replaced, who I don't like. They're gonna go look all over for Daenerys.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I guess so. Nice job, Tyrion. He's probably
I
gonna
gotta
do
say though, I loved it when Varys showed up back screen and he and Tyrion had their back and forth. I loved that. I felt like the season missed a lot of that. And it's good to have it back there at the end, especially because Varys is the cheekiest bitch in all of Westeros.
Yeah, they got an awesome chemistry though. I love any scene with those two.
100% agree.
We're getting some mic feedback. Okay, it's good. Everything is calm again. You're talking about Dario and Jorah, is that?
For which? For them looking for Daenerys?
No, you just said they have the great chemistry together.
Oh, that's
No,
Tyrion
no.
and
Who?
Tyrion and Varys.
Varys.
The spider, the bald guy, the eunuch.
Oh, yeah, he just kind of snuck back in, didn't he? I saw this picture on Twitter where it's like, remember that time when Homer just sort of like walks through the shrub bush?
Yeah.
And just kind of like enters the scene. Someone put Varys' face on his body for that. Varys is back. So you're referring to Varys and Tyrion? They're back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay. They're cute. But Dario and Jorah, I mean, that's a fun team too.
Mm-hmm.
How much you want to bet that Mormont puts his arm in that guy's face when he's asleep?
And they seem cool together.
I don't know. I think he's gonna pull something because I don't think he likes him.
I
He's
think
sleeping with the girl he likes.
they're all happy being where they are, more or less. I mean, we know Jorah wants to be further, but he's gotten further than I think he even expected to have gotten.
You figure the grayscale will take effect pretty quick though?
I figure it will make him make a hasty decision, and I think that's will lead him to either attack the other guy or like attempt to infect him as well, just so that he can't have Daenerys.
What is
I think ultimately he'll do what's right for Daenerys. Maybe he'll run into a battle flailing his arm and just touching
That'd be
everyone
awesome.
with it or something.
Like,
Catch my cooties.
Yeah, exactly. It's like freeze
Oh,
check or
is
something.
he contagious at this point? Is that all you need? Is just a little bit on you? And
I think he's got to touch it. He's got to make contact.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know. That's
how he caught it.
I was gonna say it's kind of a gray area.
Jeez.
Swish. Oh man. Okay. So Tyrion is left to govern the city, assisted by Missandre. These names are wild. And they're still recovering Grey Worm. Okay, so blah blah blah. Varys, he's back. So yeah, man, her whole she is pretty good as far as her troops. And her generals and all that. Like it's a solid cast she's got behind her. But where is Daenerys herself?
You know, we say her army is solid, but from what we see, the Unsullied are they're D- tier of soldier right
No,
now.
I mean her immediate general types, like the
I
cast
know.
is
I just
there.
want to point out that the Unsullied suck, and I'm very sad by that.
Well, I think they're meant for more like open plains and because they're very formation based. You know what I mean?
I don't know. If they're getting their ass kicked that hard by just thugs with knives, I can't imagine them fighting people trained to actually fight.
We don't know enough about the thugs with knives. I think we don't know really how organized they are.
I was kind
know.
of disappointed with the dragon, how easy that guy kind of went down. Like, it was a couple spears and he's like ready to die now. I thought dragons would have been a little tougher scaled than that.
Tough skinned. I think he's still growing. He's still a growing boy.
Yeah.
Is he?
I think a few seasons further and he'll be much bigger and tougher. It'll be like what's the dragon from The Hobbit? Smaug.
Smow.
Yeah, Smaug. And then they'll need like a fancy super spear to take him down or something. Assuming he lives that long. So they're on some mountaintop, lovely weather out, cool spot to take a nap. Daenerys like, no, let's go, let's ride back. And he's like, no, fuck off. I'm sleepy. Got healing to do. So Daenerys takes a walk, and then, surprise, it's the Mohicans. The last of the Mohicans have found Daenerys. So these people on horses, are they Dothraki? Is she back with her old posse? Is that what's going
I
on here?
don't think so. I think they had to be at war with, like, they must be some sort of enemies of the Dothraki, because she ditched that ring, right? What's his face gave her. Like that was her wedding ring that she tried to hide.
Well, there's I can't remember the name of the place, but there's a place that the Khaleesi are supposed to go once their Cal is dead.
Oh,
And so maybe that's kind of logic of tossing the ring aside so that they don't go, oh, you were a Khaleesi, we better bring you back to this place you're supposed to go to.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's possible.
I can't remember the name of the city, but that's where her brother got his gold crown from. I believe that's the place.
I mean the crown of gold?
Like Vice Dothrak?
It might be the name of it.
Yeah.
That could be possible.
I mean, it sounds pretty Dothrakian. I don't know what else they'd call a Dothraki city.
They'd call it Thud Oomph.
Regardless, she did not want these guys to know that she was a Khaleesi. We know that much.
They might have been there to save her. They might have been backup. Once again, one of those season finale. What's going to happen next? You'll have to come back next time.
Are we up to 3 of those right now? Or is it kind of 4, technically?
Every one of these things is one of those. Yeah, she drops her little ring. What was the ring? Was that just like I was here, come find me for Dario and Jorah, basically?
I think that's part of it as well.
That could have been too, yeah. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
That could be season 6, episode 1. I found Khaleesi's ring. Why is this here?
I just imagined a point-and-click adventure game, little like walking like Scum Engine style, and then there's like a little sparkle on the grass. Pick up ring. Awesome. Okay, that's about wrapping that part up. Anyone have any further thoughts with Team Daenerys?
I'm with Dean that the dragon's still a bit of a wimp, but yeah. At first I thought this scene was gonna go How to Train Your Dragon Daenerys style, where she was just gonna like it would be like this weird thing of her trying to learn how to control the dragon, but
Right,
I guess
right.
that's not what's happening now.
Yeah, well, she could have just waited by the dragon. She had to go wander around. She was a queen now. Got to do everything her way.
Such impatience.
Had to find some food. He was hungry.
There's like nothing anywhere except for like people on horses apparently. Who once again just snuck up out of nowhere. Oh, 500 men on horses. Where I didn't see those coming up. They're literally off camera. You can hide anything off camera. Just look at The Walking Dead.
Hey man, those hills, those mountains, they're pretty big. Maybe they're underneath them stampeding up. You never know.
You'd hear that echo a mile away, I think. Anyways, whatever. TV shows are fun. So we got two storylines left. Okay, King's Landing. Woo-wee! See, this is the part I thought Darren was referring to when he said I was right. You were right all along. I was bummed that the Mountain did not RoboCop his way into the the weird church people's place and kick some ass. Once again, keeping him for the next season. But Cersei confesses her sin of sleeping with her cousin Lancel. But yeah, she didn't mention the whole Jaime business, and he's like, well, I guess that's good enough. But you must atone for your sins. Which brings us to our hashtag of shame. So, who has some thoughts on our King's Landing events?
I don't know about anyone else, but I was fooled that it was CG. I thought she was showing full bush.
I
And
think they have wigs for that.
It was a body double, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
When I first saw that scene, I said to my friend who I watched the show with, and he just turned to me with the most horrified expression. As soon as I saw that scene, I said, wow, Cersei's been keeping it tight. And then he turns to me, and he goes like, what the fuck did you just say?
Nice bum. You got to give it up for that ass.
Yeah.
Front, maybe not as much.
But yeah, it was a body double.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Good enough, I know what I'm saying. Yeah, keeping it together. You'd think she'd been a bit hungrier. Did they feed her? I guess they fed her something.
I mean, from what the TV just shows it looks like she was locked up for days, maybe a week, so she would have had to be fed something. Could have been just crappy, tiny piece of bread that's been rolled in crap or whatever, but you never know.
Could have been pizza crusts. This is murderous. Then your crumbs fall on your keyboard. You're like, no, there's so many. Need a vacuum. Yeah. So you can go. Except first we're going to give you a striking new springtime dew. Cut off her luscious locks, and now she's got hair not unlike that girl with the poison back in Dorne. And, okay, you can go, but we're going to make you walk in the nude.
Well, were you guys, how did you feel? Were you on Team Cersei and say, I can't wait for her to get back at these guys, I can't wait to find out? Or were you like, God damn, she's finally getting some just desserts?
I like Cersei. I wanted to know where Marjorie is, though. She's disappeared since, like, the last few episodes.
Maybe she hasn't cracked yet. She hasn't atoned for or begged for forgiveness yet.
Yeah, I don't think she'll make it.
Actually, she's supposed to be a trial, right? She's supposed to have a trial.
Right.
Aren't they both supposed to have trials, though?
Yes, but Cersei confessed.
Yeah.
But as for your question, Kevin, I'm kind of slightly on Team Cersei. I never really hated her as a character.
Yeah.
And I think that scene was a bit painful to watch too, especially because people were like throwing shit at her, and there's the one guy who whipped out his dick and was like, "Yo, let's go, Queen," and it's kind of like, okay,
classic. Kind of reminded me of Monty Python on the Holy Grail.
I think part of it also comes from her whole argument with like Stannis versus the Boltons. I think Cersei is better than this religious group because I think unchecked they'll go nuts. And I'm already mad at the logic that these dudes that don't wear anything but robes and only have maces are somehow this feared military group.
Right. And you only ever see like 6 of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. They leave a lot to the imagination, like with like giant army fights that you just don't see. You see before, you see after.
Well, they had to do all that budget recovering after the Wall episode.
That was a good scene, though. I gotta give it up.
Well, that was a whole episode, and that was nothing but fighting. And we also had our big undead nightmare moment.
Arya's walking naked through the streets. People are going nuts. Throwing garbage. Okay, so she gets back. Red Keep, is that what it's called? Red Keep. King's Landing, is that the castle? Is that the castle's name? Or is it?
Yep, that's Red Keep.
King's Landing is the whole city, I guess.
Yeah, Red Keep is the capital, or where the king is. You might be thinking of Castle Rock, is what you might be confusing it with, which is where the Lannisters live.
Is that not the big castle of King's Landing?
No. Castle Rock is in their homeland. That's their territory.
We haven't seen it yet.
Really?
We've only been told about it and how there's millions of gold.
Tyr, their dad, is that where he was from? And then he comes down?
Yeah.
That's where they're all from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. Covered up by Qyburn, the mad scientist. And I was like, oh, come on. And then, yes, they finally show us the revived Mountain, who has taken an oath of silence. He probably has no tongue. And he's now a giant.
Blue now, too.
He's now a blue giant zombie man. That's pretty cool. Picks her up, her feet are all ripped up. Probably the first time she's ever walked any distance. Fucking rich people, I tell you what. And yeah, she's all like
that ass though. She had to be walking somewhere.
Oh, Kevin, if I had a webcam, I'd high five gesture you right now.
Only you had the $5.
If only. Video games these days, they ain't getting cheaper.
Anyways, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. So obviously she's gonna sick the mountain on the cult ASAP.
Will she though? Do you think that's the first thing she'll do?
Yeah. You saw that smile, that classic Cersei smile. She had it once you saw him.
I don't think she would do anything so overt. I think she'd be more.
What's
quiet
stopping
about
her
it.
at this point? Aside from Marjorie, she
wouldn't. I think Tommen wouldn't give her the authority to do it, knowing Marjorie's locked up and possibly a hostage.
You mean the king that let both his mother and his wife just chill in this like?
You're not wrong, but now that Cersei's back, she's gonna whip Tommen into action.
No, she's gonna.
If
It's
she
gonna
wants
be
to,
wrong.
if she ever wants to actually attack them, she has to get Tommen's approval. He's the king.
Yeah. That better be the very first scene we see. It's her pulling him out of the goddamn room from crying and
Yeah.
getting some business done.
Just pulls him out and slaps him across the face and say thanks.
Business done.
No, I figure once she finds out about Myrcella, then she's gonna take it out on Marjorie. And that's gonna start the war between Dorne and King's Landing.
Yeah. So you think they're gonna get back to King's Landing pretty quick then? I guess they don't really have any. They don't have much backup. I mean, they have the prince on the boat with them.
Yeah, they just have a little boat.
Yeah. So it's not like they can start a war at that point. They just gotta get out of there.
I
If
don't think
anything,
Marjorie will make it past next season. She'll be dead.
if anything, the prince is now their hostage because what else did they have? They had to bring back something, and they killed Jaime's daughter. So, well, at least we have a prince hostage now. Yeah, that's gonna be rough. Kingdoms, man, I tell you.
I don't know if they would go for that though, just because they all know who the clear culprit is.
Yeah.
Do they though?
They do. They're not going to question who wanted her dead and who would kill her. I think if they're ever going to pull a plot twist, they'd reveal that the King of Dorne actually wanted that to happen. I think that'd be a plot twist maybe for if they're actually going to do a War with Dorne subplot, because everyone's aware of the women that had an interest in killing her, and what else would, and then Jaime should be able to piece it together. How else did she get the poison? Kiss on the lips.
Yeah, and if anything, Bronn's gonna tell him about
And everyone witnessed it too.
Yeah.
Yep. Good stuff. Mount Enemy's
Yeah,
back.
She's not the ostrich lady. She's not thinking too straight. So
What a bitch.
Again, I stress, her original plan was to murder this girl in broad daylight and think she can get away with it. So she's basically a Saturday morning cartoon villain right now.
I know. I'm starting to like her, actually. I didn't so much before. Is that Myrcella?
if she was male, she'd have a handlebar mustache and she'd be twisted.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
What's that character's name? The one we're just talking about. Is it Nymeria?
No, that's a dog.
What is it?
The direwolf Nymeria.
Really?
Who
That's-
hasn't come back yet?
That's
No, I'm
true.
just looking at the names on this list here. There's someone named Nymeria Sand.
Oh, well,
I'm
yeah, she
thinking
is-
that's
she
one
is
of those.
Sand.
That's one of those three daughters, the Sand Snakes, right? I'm just trying to remember what the neck woman's name is.
Yeah.
Mary? Celise? I don't know. Anyways. Okay. That leads us finally at the wall. Bum, bum, bum. Now, if the wall and Winterfell have taught us anything, it's that being sent away is a really good situation to be in. If you're ever sent away somewhere, don't refuse it, because you're probably going to avoid these shit hitting the fan. Oh. So, once again, more Samuel and John talk. Blah, blah, blah. Sam's like, well, shit's kind of rough around here. If you could send me and Gilly and the baby away so I could become a maester. I like to think of these talks as a maester's meeting. Right? It's good fun. Good fun. So he's like, yeah, sure, I guess we'll send you away. Things kind of suck around here. I could help you more over there. No. What does Sam sound like? Kind of a fat, raspy, but optimistic voice. I don't know.
He's not really raspy. He just has a accent.
He reminds me of the guy from like every British movie recently.
He reminds me of Neville Longbottom from Harry Potter.
Kind of.
He's basically the opposite path. If Neville Longbottom didn't grow up to be like a hunk, he would have turned out to be Sam.
Mm-hmm. Got that Harry Potter money though, you know what I'm saying? The guy from Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, the fat one. That's what he remembers.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Don't know who he is, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
He was one. With Doctor Who.
Oh my God! Don't bring that into this too. You've already gone too far with Star Trek.
But I think he made a guest appearance in Deep Space Nine.
Does he?
It all links.
It all links together, just like every '80s movie does. It's true. Like even once again with your Goonies and your Retro Fandango, they mentioned Gremlins in that one scene.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they get sent away. That's cool. And Davos arrives, and he's like, "Oh, I'm here to convince you to do something and something and something." I'm just like, "No, we can't do that." It's like, "Oh well, shit. Everything I was here to do didn't work out." Melisandre arrives to bring them the bad news that everything is fucked over there. Not looking too good on the wall. And grand betrayal. Who wants to talk some betrayal? I'm gonna eat some pizza. Someone talk.
Well, who wants to do it? I can do it if you want.
Hit it.
Kev, you want this? You want me to do it?
No, you go for it. You go for it.
All right. So, Jon Snow, knowing as little as he does, is told by what's that shit kid's name?
Ollie.
Fucking Ollie, man.
Fucking Ollie.
Okay, so Ollie is like, oh, stop, sir. Lord Commander, one of the wildlings, your Uncle Benji, he's still alive. And he goes, oh, where? And immediately jumps out, runs up to where they apparently have him, finds a giant sign that says traitor, turns around, and boom, knife to the gut.
Mm-hmm. You mean several knives?
Yeah,
to the
times like 10.
Yeah, it was followed by several stabs, including the shit tier kid Ollie, who I hope is the next character burnt alive on the show.
Oh.
Just throwing that out there. He deserves it. He killed his girlfriend and he killed Jon Snow.
I know.
He had the kill and blow.
I love the vet, or whatever her name was. What a fun character.
What? What a fun character! This little boy that kills people.
No, Yvette, the redhead with the archery arrows full of love.
Yeah.
Egret, there you go. Egret. The Y. Is it like YRT? Some crazy spelling. Europeans, am I right?
Yeah, it doesn't make you feel good about this stupid watch at all, you know. At this point, it's like if they can't foresee the good that Jon Snow was trying to do for them all along, they like,
voted him in. I mean, shit.
Do I even want these guys to succeed now? I mean, they're so stupid. Like, let the White Walkers come in and wipe them all out.
Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly.
Maybe the ice zombies know best after all.
Maybe.
Who knows?
I mean, there's like no infighting there. They're all on the same side.
Yeah, they're like the Borg. It's a single mind.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this.
Good test. Yeah, for the watch, stab. For the watch, stab. For the watch, stab. Ollie. For the watch, stab. And then it's like looking up and then blood and then you're like, no, you ended the season.
So I guess my thing for why I thought Ollie might try to kill Gilly or Sam turned out to be negatory.
Nope, they got sent away. Best thing that can happen to you in that world.
That's what I thought your tweet was referring to, was Ollie stabbing Jon Snow. I thought, because that's what Steven said last episode was going to happen.
Did I?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Told me
I
that.
don't remember that.
You were joking, but it happened.
Nice.
Maybe that's how it happened in the writers' room. Someone joked about. Then they said, "Yeah, write that down."
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they were watching. They're in there. Start to continue still there? I don't know.
I don't know if
They
this
must
is the end for John, though.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. I think there's too many unanswered questions. I think
I've had the same conversation like 6 times already with my different friends who watch the show, and I'm like,
Yeah.
as a writer, the only reason you would put Melisandre at that location right after that happens is specifically for the plot point of bringing Jon Snow back to life or doing some crazy shit with the Fire God. Because I don't know how much about the religion of the Lord of Sunlight or the Lord of Light you guys know, but there's a prophecy of a Messiah-esque figure being coming back from the dead with a sword of fire.
Hype.
And so my theory is that that's what happens with Jon Snow, and yeah.
So this
Never
Kit
know.
Harington character is lying to us all when he says he's not coming back next
I
season.
think so.
Maybe,
I think
maybe he's not coming back next season, but he's coming back the season after that.
maybe. But the thing is, if the actor said, "Oh, I don't have anything to say," or "Oh, no, I'm still being paid," or whatever, if he said that, then it's spoiled. So I think he would have to go along with it. And I'm willing to bet you money that him getting a haircut or whatever that set off the reaction
Hey, you don't even
is misdirection.
You shouldn't even be betting anything right now.
No, I'm willing to bet you it's misdirection. It's just them trying to throw you off the scent for the plot point, because it doesn't make sense to kill off Jon Snow.
Yeah, I agree. I want to say that Wyla is Targaryen, and therefore he is King's Blood, and Melisandre brings him back.
We all saw the look at the beginning of the season that she was
Right.
giving him, or the scene where she, was a bit more upfront with her intentions.
Right?
But
That was
I think it's very
sexy.
clear. Like, if say Jon's still dead, what's the point of having Melisandre at the wall at all?
Human who has possessed the body of an animal. Do we think that Jon Snow has the same power that Braun does, whatever his name is?
Warg?
I don't
No,
think so.
I don't think so.
Interesting. Okay.
I can't remember his name, but what's the guy who has his fingers cut off? That's
Davos?
Davos.
Davos. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. She's going to send Davos over to Tyrion, and he's going to bring him back with the dwarf cock, and that's how she's going to save him.
Secret for my ritual.
Yeah.
Dwarf cock is.
Yeah. Cock much. Hashtag. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I was saying, I think I tweeted it, that, man, these guys have balls of steel. That's like them killing, what's his name? Daryl on The Walking Dead. They can't kill Daryl.
Mm.
It's like they make so much money from him being alive. So I was really impressed that they would do this to Jon. Man,
Well,
those Starks-
maybe Jon is the chosen one, and maybe Bran is his chosen one, because he's on
If Bran's the chosen one, I am gonna frickin' lose my mind, because I hate that character so
I know.
much.
He's the one that's on the big quest. He's out there. So.
They're all on a big dumb quest when you think about it. The only ending that matters is Arya killing everyone. That's the ending. She just kills everyone. It's just her alone in the world on the Iron Throne.
Playing dragons, everything. Everybody's gone.
Nope.
Yeah.
I need Reek on the Iron Throne stat.
And she does it with a tiny little knife.
Even better.
Needle. Well, I'd like to believe that on your concept of Melisandre bringing Jon back, that she still has her sacrifice magic just in reserve, because I honestly don't think she did anything after they did that. The whole burning at the stake business, because it seemed like nothing came out of it. But maybe she just keeping that
Maybe she
magic.
saw the future. Maybe that's why she did that.
So maybe the little kid with the grayscale, maybe that the power of her love will bring Jon Snow back. Blah blah blah. I don't know. Well, I guess that about does it. All we have now are just predictions for the next season.
Oh, I already gave my prediction. It's gonna
Yeah, we've kind of done that already.
be all dwarf cock next season.
Nothing but you do it, cat.
Well, I think Sam is gonna find a book somewhere in the library and find out that Dragonstone is actually full of dragon glass. Somehow get that message back to somebody, and they're gonna find a way to make the Valyrian steel.
Ah, via Crow. Crow's like Twitter. It's basically Twitter. Twitter is crows. Yeah, I guess that about wraps it up. Anyone have any further thoughts on the season finale? Or the season as a whole?
It was a good season, but it's a bit of a mixed ride too. Whereas most seasons have been very focused, I'd say they're very driven to certain points. I felt like there's a couple plot points this whole season that didn't really matter. Like Brienne constantly getting shifted, I thought was kind of a weird plot point to dwell on when nothing really comes of her whole entire story until the very end. And I'd say the same thing to Jaime's story as well. That whole Dorne subplot I found was really boring and kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Outside of having his daughter die, her name I'm losing it now. I had it before, but outside of having her die, the subplot was for 9 episodes. That subplot was doing nothing for me.
Yeah, Marcella.
Yeah. And I also, I've mentioned I mentioned many times now about how the whole Dorne woman original plan was dumb.
Okay, it's Elaria. That was that character's name.
Ilaria Sand.
Elaria. Secretly poisoned Marcella with a kiss. Very cool. Cool. I'm glad we resolved her name. That's the resolution I needed. Yeah, well, they're also going to be back for more. They're Elaria and her Sand Snake trio of street tough chicks. They're kind of thugs. I mean, it feels like they're all kind of they could be a lot better at what they're doing, but they got it done. If their whole season plan was to kill Marcella, it happened. Good on you.
We're successful, yeah.
If only they started with that plan.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, Cersei's going to kick some ass early in the next season. She's going to send Franken Mountain out and kick some ass with his big-ass sword. And I still wonder where, what's her name is? Marjorie. Seriously, where the hell did she go?
She's still there.
There's not going to be any trial.
I think there'll be a trial. That could be a good season. That could be a good way to open the next episode of the next season.
Well, why do you think she would go forward with that? What reason does she have at this point?
Who, Marjorie or
no, Cersei? Are you referring specifically to
Marjorie's trial?
I feel that Cersei and Marjorie are going to be better friends now because of this situation they were both put in with the High Sparrow.
I think she's going to want to...
but they're sisters, remember?
I think she's going to want to annihilate the other side. She's going to want to bring in an army and just wipe them all out.
Yeah.
And the son is going to be like, well, no, my wife is there. You can't do that. I don't want them to hurt her. And that's going to be the conflict there.
I'm keen to see what his excuse for not being anywhere is.
He's just a pussy. That's it.
Mom, you're back.
Yeah.
But they said you were in prison.
I mean,
frickin' Tommen.
Like, I figured Cersei alone would have plenty of friends in King's Landing that would have saved her, and no one did.
But she doesn't. That's why she created that whole religious army, because she didn't have any friends to turn to, and so she created friends who turned out to be not so friendly.
Well, she did that because she was bored and wanted to piss off Marjorie. But then it just went out of control.
It's more than boredom, but...
Not really. Cersei's whole character is based on being trapped in a gilded cage, as it were. And she's bored, she drinks all the time because she's got nothing to do, and she kind of runs the country, but she's also a prisoner in the castle, and she can't really do much of anything. Even when they move her around, she's stuck in the box, and she doesn't want to go out there because people kind of hate her because she's like a rich skank, and what can you do? And she gets bored, so she runs her little plans, and Marjorie was all like, yo, I'm the queen bitch now. She's like, and then she does this whole High Sparrow business. But then things got a bit out of control, but she's back now. Anyways. You guys
Kevin,
still
you were saying something?
I was just gonna say her goal was to get rid of Marjorie, not because she was bored. that was her goal with that whole religious cult. That was her way of getting rid of her, and it backfired.
But someone would replace her. I mean, did she have someone
Who would replace her?
Marjorie? Well, you were just saying that she wanted to get rid of Marjorie altogether, right?
There was the whole thing with her when she was a kid, and there was the prophecy that there was going to be this woman that was going to ruin her life in the future, and Marjorie was the person that she was convinced was this woman, and so I don't know. You keep Tomlin, going to get nothing, or it's going to be someone that she's going to handpick, so it's. Get her out of the way, and then I'll work on Tomlin later.
I think with the whole setup of having her being held under religious custody is also the perfect setup because it's hard for Tomlin just can't divorce her or just give up on her, and so she's just stuck in prison until she gives in, and then at the end of the day, Cersei wins no matter what Marjorie would do in her situation.
Is there even divorce in this world?
That's a good point. I'm sure there's some sort of nullification at least for the royalty.
He just killed them.
Yeah, I mean
that's one way of doing it. That's the cheap way.
That's what they did back in the day. Henry VIII.
He would know.
How about it, Dean? What's your thoughts on the matter?
I still think Syrio Farrell and Benjen Stark and all of them are behind the scenes, and they're all forming a giant cult to just take over Westeros.
Sure.
Because there's so many fades to black right now. Like there's Syrio, there's Benjen, he's kind of mystery right now. There's that wizard guy that took Buddy's testicles. There's just all of these people that supposedly died, but we never really saw. Guy in the box, guy in the crate.
Tyrion.
Varys' old dude.
Tyrion.
What's his name?
Tyrion?
No. Varys is like that old wizard dude that cut his balls off. You saw him in one episode.
Yeah. Yeah, what's his name? The fat guy.
Yeah, they were supposed to give him this big death, and then he just, you never saw it.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay,
Who
my
knows,
internet crashed.
Maybe at the end of the day, it's just going to be revealed that the cock merchants since they have so much money, are secretly controlling everyone. They're just the Illuminati of Westeros. Who knows?
Maybe they're the ones who run the White and Black House, for all we know.
That would be a good plot twist. I'd be A-okay at that plot twist.
It's in reference to White and Black cock. Now we know
one of each to perform the face transmutation.
The lower levels are the cocks. And it's all coming together. Writing this shit now. And then we'll add some boobs. Perfect. Alright, good stuff. I like that. Yeah. I don't know. It's a great show to be an actor on, but I still worry. It's part-time gig. You only work a few months in a year. I guess they probably make pretty good money, but then I don't know.
I'm sure they're doing fine.
Yeah. I guess you can always come back in like a flashback or something.
Or, you put Game of Thrones on your resume and you just get another job.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd be on that show. That'd be fun.
Have you watched any of these British TV series on Netflix, though? It has 90% of the cast from Game of Thrones. Any show you watch.
Yeah, I've seen pop up once in a while, too. On different
That's awesome. Cool. Alright, I'm just looking at my lines again. Yeah, Alright, I think we're about done then. Hey everyone, thank you for being here tonight for our Game of Thrones live stream discussion. This was talking about episode 10 of season 5, the season finale. Though I'm sure we're all looking forward to the start of season 6. That's many months away though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're going to be our crack addicts without our crack.
Goddamn.
Clawing at our skin until we have more.
I'm going to try to get caught up on the books. That's going to be my mission before season 6.
Okay.
So I missed it. I think you guys were talking about it just when I was coming on, but has it caught up yet?
It's passed and now into different territory.
Yeah.
So is there any like sub storylines that we haven't seen yet? Or
Oh,
is
I'm
it-
sure there are. I know there's been one in particular that's been completely cut from the show. So there's
really?
there's still much to be gained by reading the books, but they're also, the books themselves are in a different direction. So it's probably well worth going through both.
Right.
I'm still at the point where they're in season 1 somewhere, and season 1 they followed the books very closely. So
Yeah, it's pretty much page for page. There's a couple like character switches that I don't know why they did it, but the rest is spot on.
It's also the shortest book.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn it.
Interesting.
Kidding me? That's too many words.
Too many words. Alrighty, I think that about does it then. So, gentlemen, thank you for your time today. We have Kevin, Barry Mars, we have Darren from the Gaming Pilgrimage, and joining us for this last episode was Dean from Round 2 Gaming. We'll just follow that order again if you guys want to just give a quick shout out to your recent works and YouTube channels and podcasts and whatnot. So we'll start with Kevin.
Buried on Mars on YouTube, Retro Fandango, the podcast that I do with Ramvox. You can check that out on Podbean. Just look for the Cartridge Club. And that's it. That's all I feel like promoting. I'm tired. It's 3 to 12. I'm ready for bed.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. We appreciate that.
Well, thanks.
And we'll give Darren and Dean a quick go as well.
So, as you said, Stephen, I'm Darren from the Gaming Pilgrimage. I have a channel on YouTube you can check out. I have a podcast that was recently resurrected. So there's 2, with soon to be 3 new episodes up of that, with the latest one covering E3 up to and including the Sony conference. So if you're interested in that, check it out. And on my channel, I am currently almost done the Suikoden retrospective, in which I'm probably going to regret the announcement of my new retrospective, but I'll save that for later. So yeah, thanks for having me again, Stephen. It's always fun to be on here.
Thank you very much for your time. And Dean?
Yep, Dean from Round 2 Gaming. You can find me on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and all those sites. Don't have a podcast of my own, but kind of guest hop from one podcast to another. So you'll find me on any one of those.
Right on. And of course, I'm Steven. Thank you for joining us tonight on CatMax Gaming, the YouTube channel. Of course, feel free to check out my Twitch streaming. That's CatMax_gaming. I'll mostly be playing Monster Hunter there. I got the PlayStation/Vita TV, so I might do some Vita game streaming. That might be fun. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, check out the CatMax Hypecast. That's over on Podomatic, and we should be recording a new episode based around E3, and we'll be recording that tomorrow, and that'll be up hopefully shortly thereafter. And yeah, that does it. So, Kevin, Darren, and Dean, thank you for your time today. And everyone, thank you for watching. Bye, everybody. We'll see you for, I guess, Season 6. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye. Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Okay.
For the watch.
For the watch. Shame. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. See ya.